the consciousness is man-made, general and particular. And logically, reasonably, one sees the limitations of it. Then the mind is gone much further. Then it comes to a point when it says, can all this be wiped away at one breath, one blow, one movement? And that movement is insight, the movement of insight. It is still in the mind,
Yes.
but not born out of that consciousness.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm making it.
But then we're saying the mind has the possibility or potential of being moving from beyond the consciousness, but we haven't actually done much of it.
Yes, that's right. Of course, it must be a part of the brain, part of the mind.
The brain-mind can do that,
Yes.
but it hasn't generally done it, right?
Yes. Now, having done all this, is there a mind which is not only man-made, which is man cannot conceive, cannot create, it is not an illusion. Is there such a mind? I don't know if I'm making it clear.
Well, I think what you're saying is having freed itself, the mind has
generally and particular
freed it from the general and particular structure of consciousness of mankind, from its limits, and now this mind is now much greater, and now you say this mind is raising a question, right?
This mind is raising the question.
Which is what?
Which is first, is that mind free from the man-made mind?
Yes.
That's the first question.
It may be an illusion. Right?
Illusion. That's what I want when I speak very clear. No, it is not an illusion. I mean, because he says measurement is illusion. He knows the nature of illusions. Born of wherever there is desire, there must be, etc., illusions. And illusions must create limitation, and so on, so on. He's not only understood it, he's over.
He's free of desire.
Yeah, free of desire. That is the nature. I don't want to put it so brutally. Free of desire.
But it's full of energy.
Yes. Now, so this mind, which is no longer general and the particular, and therefore not limited, and this limitation has been broken down through insight, and therefore the mind is no longer that, a conditioned mind. Right?
Yeah.
Now, then what is that mind? Being aware that it's no longer caught in illusion.
Yes, but we're saying it was raising a question about whether there is some much greater.
Yeah, that's why I'm raising that question.
Whatever.
Yeah. Is there a mind which is not man-made? And if there is, what is its relationship to the man-made mind?
Yes.
It is very difficult. Is supposed to go on?
Well, if you feel up it.
Oh, I can go on. This is fun. We go up 1:45.
1:45, that's good, yes.
See, every form of assertion every form of verbal statement is not that. Right? So we're asking, is there a mind which is not man-made? And I think that can only be asked when the limitations are ended.
Yes.
Otherwise, it's just a foolish question.
Well, it'll be the same.
I mean, just a waste of time then. And I mean, that becomes theoretical nonsense.
Well, it's part of the man-made
No,
structure.
of course. So one must be absolute. I mean, I'm using the word. One must be.
Well, I think the word absolute can be used, if we're very careful with it.
Be very careful, yes. Absolutely free of all this. Then only you can put that question. When you put that question, when that question is raised, is there a mind that is not man-made? And if there is such a mind, what is its relationship to the man-made mind? Now, is there such a mind first? Of course. Without being dogmatic or personal or all that business, there is. But she's not God.
Right, well,
Because God, we've been through that.
yes. Part of the man-made structure.
Yeah. Which has created chaos in the world. There is. Then the next question is, what is, if there is such a mind, and someone says there is, then what is the relationship of that to the human mind?
Yes, to the
Man-made mind,
yeah, to the general.
particular and general. Has it any relationship?